In this section, I want to talk about me getting up late this morning. To many people, it is a very small thing, not worth discussing. But for me, it is actually a big deal. From 5 days ago, I started to have a structured routine. I get up before 8 and go out for a run to build self-discipline. I was doing quite well until this morning. By the time I woke up, it was almost 9:30. When I saw the time, my first reaction was, oh shoot, I got up late. Then I quickly washed my face, got changed, and went out for a run. I was in a rush as I wanted to catch up on time. When I just started running, I did think about the fact that I overslept. Maybe because I was quite tired from running, I couldn't put in too much effort to think. I just treated it as a blip, a one-off mistake that I could easily correct. I told myself that I would make sure I have my alarm on and get up on time going forward. Then I stopped thinking about it and continued running. After I came back, I had a chat with my parent. It is my routine now, just to check in on how I feel. When I was talking about how I have been feeling, the fact that I overslept didn't enter my mind. At that moment, I thought it was because I already considered it as sorted, so there was no need to discuss it. But I soon realized that it was not the case. When my parent asked me why I got up late, I explained that it was because I didn't have my alarm on. I had been getting up on time in the past few days, so I thought my body clock is already used to getting up early. Then when she continued to ask me questions, I started to give her nonsense that was irrelevant to her questions. My body tensed up, I started fidgeting, and I lost the sparkles in my eyes. I was exactly the same as when I was caught not doing my homework. I was unable to answer her questions directly. I started to have a freeze response. Now I want to dig into my freeze response. What happened to me? Why did I behave that way? I later found out that in my mind, getting up late was unsorted. It really bothered me. Instead of treating it as a blip, I saw it as another piece of evidence telling me that I am a piece of garbage and I am unable to change. I just started to make some progress, and I overslept. I felt like I was returning to my old self, and the laziness kicked in again. I started to avoid. It is not something I want to face because it reveals the negative part of me. The reason I didn't think this way when I was running was because the fatigue prevented me from doing so. But when I was talking to my parent, I was calm, and all my emotions and thoughts began to kick in. The second after my parent asked me why I got up late, I immediately felt my body tensed up. I had to face the reality that I slacked off and I might be returning to my old self again. There was no way to escape anymore. I had to talk about it. But I was in so much pain to face the facts, so I said nonsense as an attempt to avoid having to face the real me. Then as the conversation continued, I started to feel disappointment and fear. I was disappointed at myself that I didn't stick to my routine. Fear was the more overwhelming feeling. I feared that I was on my way to return to my old self. I feared that I would never be able to change. I feared that no matter how hard I try, I would still slack after a few days. It was a trap I could never escape from. My parents said that she knew this would happen to me on the 5th or 6th day, and it did. Even though she said that because she knew it was human nature, I thought she was accusing me, and she was pointing out that I could never improve because I was so into the fear and freeze mode. All I could think of during the entire conversation was that I now have another piece of evidence saying that I am a piece of junk. I already had more than enough evidence in the past 7 years. I didn't know how to handle another one. It was too painful for me to face the real me. Treating it as a blip that I could easily course correct and telling my parent nonsense were all my attempts not to face the reality. The reason I behaved that way was because, ultimately, I have no self-worth. I have a belief that I am nothing and I am hopeless. This is why I was so bothered by the fact that I overslept.